Bonjour à tous, merci de votre présence. Donc moi je suis Eric Chambarreau, je suis directeur d'ingénierie chez AIRBUS Cybersecurity et responsable des produits chez Cyber. Donc voilà, on va vous parler du Hub Community.
So we're going to be talking about the community hub that we have launched, and let the panelists introduce themselves. My name is Etienne Binet. I'm in charge of support cyber training in the cyber range terms. I'm in charge of security. So I'm the technical director of CYLA, which is a cyber training platform which uses CyberRate for the cyber range for training. My name is Joël Priou. I'm a trainer in an engineering school in Van Brittany, and I've been using cyber range for many years. And we'll have Emmanuel as well from Canada. We have no sound, Emmanuel. Oh, here we go. All right, go ahead. Perfect. So, hello everyone. I'm Emmanuel Rouillon. I'm currently a Central Lille trainer and also as part of cybersecurity. And as you said, currently in Canada, because I've been teaching at Chicoutimi, Quebec University as part of cybersecurity training. Thank you for being with us. What time is it out there? It's not too early, actually. It's 8:10 a.m. So next slide. So the idea is to present today. Here we go. The idea is just to give you a bit of context. The idea is not to make a full presentation of the platform. You can come to the AIRBUS booth. But the idea today is that we can model out information systems, whether it's IT or industrial systems, to test or simulate. And when we create and work on this platform, we're going to create content. And we would like at one point safeguard these contents. And in these contents, we'll have VMs, virtual machines, traffics, attacks, documents, and all that. And all this is going to be saved as a bundle, which is a kind of file that you can save on the platform. And the objective is to also save it in a community hub to share some of the contents, because we realized that on a regular basis, all our clients were doing the same thing, and we said, oh, that'd be better if we could share the one that's done it so the others can benefit from it and to do things more quickly and share the expertise. Of course, this is a hybrid capacity. It is accessible in SaaS mode. That was for the general presentation. So now I'm going to let Etienne explain in further details. And that was the bundle. So as Eric introduced just before, the contents that we save on CyberRange is saved as a unit object, which is the only object that you can share, download, and build progressively and enhance. So it is the CyberRange bundles in which we put all our virtual components, the containers, also the network topology in which we arrange all these virtual machines, and all attacks and scenarios that we've been automating since the CyberRange, all this with a description and files. So it's an object that is really comprehensive, that actually this is what we can manipulate on the CyberRange. So this bundle has a major topology. They can be very heavy, and then sometime exceeding 100 gigas. So before, we used to work on his own CyberRange, always introducing the same components. And if you wanted to share components between bundles, between entities, you had to download those, add it to a hard disk, send the hard disk, and download the bundle. And it would be time-consuming, resource-consuming. This is why we created the Hub CyberRange, or CyberRange Hub. If you know Docker registry, it's the same principle. So today we've created a a community space, and you can be alone or several people. So by sharing between the various people, we can share knowledge, and therefore we're going to improve the expertise with all organizations. And we're also going to use it to boost your visibility. And today we're going to be talking about our partners. So of course you have 3 here who will be talking about their experience. And the idea is really to create synergy with a private community, so you can have contents that belongs to you, don't want to share it. That's only normal. And then you have a community of communities, so several people within your company, several partners, so you can have private with several people, and then you have public, and then you want to share information because you want to share this expertise and show your know-how and exchange. That's the principle behind it. So this is local. We opened it to production today, earlier this year, and now our partners actually play the game, and we're going to explain that. So the principle behind this hub, we have some private and public cloud, and the principle for an organization that is going to be working from various sites and places to store bundles and share it internally, but also some private spaces go beyond that. We can have some inter-organization private spaces, for example, of researchers coming from various universities can create a sharing group only dedicated to the research project. So on this hub, we also promote the possibility to push public bundles, so public contents, so that everyone can take advantage and then create a community that has synergy, works together, therefore go faster. So the idea is that customer A is going to be here. My blue team will be able to push and here granted so also these bundles, private bundles as well. So when we talk about when we develop exercises for training, or what is expensive is creating the topology, the systems you're going to create and simulate. It takes time to do, and therefore the idea is that to go faster and have new attacks, better visibility to exploit them, if you manage to not share maybe all of it, but blocks, each partner can get you their own block to make a new project from these contents. So you can really create synergies and lower the cost of production in long term. So we're going to give you an interactive demo. We're going to show you, download the bundle, see how it works, how intuitive it is and user-friendly too. So here is the Cyber Range Hub page. You have some information on partners and also the hub and a way of contacting us at the bottom. I'm going to log in. So we'll have here all the bundles that will be displayed as tiles. And on these tiles, you'll have all the significant information to see. You'll have a picture, the name of the bundle. Just below that, the little gray square here is a version number. And then the name of the group who has published it. We have AIRBUS here. So that's core bundles, supplies with the cyber range. And then you'll have AIRBUS community, which is the group in which we get to add all the integrations to the various colleagues at AIRBUS that are working in the cyber range and integrate contents. For example, you have here contents to download some software offline on Windows machines. And then you also have some reviews. Reviews here are seen as a sign of quality and also a way for the quality of the contents to self-regulate. So a bundle that's got good reviews you can trust and be shared. One with the lower reviews maybe have to be reworked and improved, and therefore allowing the community to improve. And finally, we also have some tags. Sorry. So here, I should not click. And you can have tags like on the Storm Shield bundle, we have network SNA, and then you can actually filter them on the left. And here, those were groups, sorry. You can filter them out. I only want to see the SOC technology bundles with a limited number of bundles that will all integrate some SOC technology. Here you have a number of partners. You have a lot of AIRBUS bundles. A lot of partners have published. CNAM, ISEN, the engineering school. And you can also search directly from the search bar at the top. Linux is not necessarily displayed on the tile because you can also search the description. So you should add a full description to your bundles to explain how it works, what you do, what is the objective of the bundle, and so on. So here we are on the page of a bundle. We'll have a number of information: who's produced the bundle, the name, version, when it was uploaded, and a tag, and I will explain the use later, and finally the size of the bundle. So I've talked about the description. You can also see a topology, which is increased here. And if you click on this, you have a new view that's going to detail and show an image of the topology as indicated in the cyber range, and also the list of hosts integrated in this. So you have all the information, machine by machine, container by container, and network by network. So it is a quick, simple access to information, likewise for scenarios, files. Here, this is documentation in French and English for using this bundle. Licenses will concern the private bundles because sometimes you need to have to use proprietary licenses. And if you have private bundles, this is where you have them. And the reviews, it's very easy to write a review. All you have to do is enter here a new comment and put a grade and publish it. As easy as that. So sometimes you have issues or questions, and for this we have the Q&A section to ask questions to the people who have integrated the bundle. And these questions have three different statuses: open, closed, or you can delete them if they're no longer relevant. But that was for the presentation of bundles and how are they displayed on the hub. But the major interest here is to download it from the hub to a cyber range. So we'll take this fig bundle, and here. So I'm now switching to a cyber range, a training cyber range on which I have a bundle that I called FIC Actions, but I don't have the other one called FIC22. So I want to benefit from the machines from that bundle. So I have enrolled the hub onto the CyberRange platform as an external registry, and therefore I'll be able to import the bundle from the CyberRange hub thanks to the tag that is located right here.
Et donc,
And so we'll have this bundle, FIC 2022, and it's going to be imported in the group that I have also called FIC 2022 because a user is part of a group, and so you will have this bundle placed into the group that you're part of. So you're going to download the bundle. You can see that it has been successful. So we can go back to the bundle. So we have the bundle FIG 2022 with the description and the machine that I've just downloaded and that I can roll out and deploy very fast, very quickly. And we can then activate the bundle without having to test the bundle first. Now the bundle is part of the group on CyberRange, and I had another one on the group. And so what I can do is enriching the other bundle that I have with this new one. I had a first bundle with one scenario interactions, and I'm going to modify this scenario, and I am going to add the hello action that belongs to the FIC 2022 bundle that I've just downloaded, so that I'm going to integrate it in the scenario quite easily to enrich the bundle that I had created earlier. I can then execute the scenario. I'm going to refresh the web page. So I have my scenario with the 3 actions and the one that I've just integrated from the second bundle. I'm going to test the scenario right away without further ado. All actions are in green color, so they were all executed without any trouble. This bundle is complete. I want to safeguard it, and so I want to upload it on the hub. To do so, we have a small button here. We need to select the bundle in the group. I don't want to put it in the private group, so I'm going to put it in the FIC 2022 group instead. And then I'm going to choose the bundle that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to click on export bundle, and then the workflow will start. The bundle is currently being exported. This is successful. I just have to refresh the page, and then I'll be able to visit the group, AIRBUS FIC 2022, and we'll have this new bundle. That's it for the demonstration. Thank you very much. So to summarize, the idea is to show you how simple it is to share content and actions on the hub. I have built a system. I can carry out actions. I can carry out attacks. I can test a product. And after that, I can save the action. I can keep it in the bottle. I can keep it for me, or I can also share it with the general public. in all schools with the Log4j, they started to carry out tests to better understand how it was exploited. And so I realized when talking with the other schools that we all did the same thing. The first university, the first school can put it on the group, and then we'll have access to the actions, the instructions, and we can use the bundle. And of course, I haven't done anything to get this bundle, but we can look for vulnerabilities. And if everyone starts creating content in that way, on the Cyber Range platform, we have a lot of content that everyone can benefit from. So I would like to thank CBS, who posted not so long ago the crisis exercise that was run 2 years ago, I think, or at the beginning of the year. So they've carried out an exercise. You can go to this platform and you have hours and hours of work that were published on the platform. So if there is a crisis exercise, you'll be able to use this test. So thank you for that. The partners are collaborating, and so I'm going to let my colleagues share their experience. We'll have a Q&A session, so we'll try and answer your questions.
Ah oui, j'ai pas fini encore. J'ai d'autres trucs à vous dire.
It's not over yet. I have some things to tell you about. So we have 16 models that are already available for the public, plus 25% since May 2022. We were quite under pressure. FIC was coming, so we really wanted to share content. So we have more than 30 partners present on the platform. It's growing. It also attracts a lot of clients because they won't have to deploy everything. They can rely on content that is already available. We could also have bundles that are not free. I know that AG UCNAM has offered certifying classes. Of course, it's not going to be free. Their work will not be made available freely, but you can get in contact with them to retrieve the lessons or to buy the classes and the training. I think that's the next step, and there's no reasons why we shouldn't do it. So the partners that are already involved, we have a beautiful community, a big community of schools, which is growing over time. We have 5 to 6 schools that came to us and really wanted to join us on this adventure. So we have a lot of schools in Brittany. We know that cybersecurity is well implanted there, but we also have activities in Nancy, in Paris, in Lyon. Emmanuel is also listening to us. So we have a lot of people joining us, CBS, ISEN, partners, and we also have clients, SILA as well, which is represented here on this slide. We're now going to give the floor to Johan. So at NCBS, we've been using this system for a few years now for different needs, for educational purposes, to be able to save online our bundles. And it's quite interesting for us, I have to say. We also run tests to better handle the attacks and the crises. It requires a lot of time in terms of preparation. I can recreate new VMs sometimes. I also have to use servers to simulate Twitter on the internet or specific social media platforms. And if someone had thought about it before me, I would have been able to save a lot of hours in preparation. So the goal is to work with collaborators so that everyone can save time. I'm sharing my content, and I hope that I will be able to have access to new content so that I can save time in terms of preparation. I'll try and also rely on trainees to create demonstrations of attacks, simulations of attacks, so that we can also collaborate and enrich the catalog with a group of young people. Emmanuel, we can see you. Can you hear me as well? Yes, we can. Great. Perfect. So for ESN, everything started in 2018 with a partnership with the OVH Cloud. So it was a rich partnership because it lasted for 4 years. It was the genesis of the Cyber Range platform. In terms of usage, in 4 years, I had the opportunity to use the Cyber Range platform in different contexts, in France or in Canada as well. It could start from creating new scenarios, environments around cybersecurity training, more globally training in systems and networks. We also implemented simulations of attacks, traditional attacks that are quite easy to reproduce in the Cyber Range platform. We also raised awareness on cybersecurity for people that are specialized or not. And we've also used the Cyber Range platform for another context, but it's still very interesting for the hub. We've been creating realistic environments, not to do live teaching, but to be able to generate network tracks for the forensic part, for hints with realistic and pre-set up environments. So this is the kind of thing that I'm going to do on the Cyber Range part. For the hub, we are going to use it for different purposes. As Etienne said, one of the interests of the hub is to have some content available, shared by AIRBUS and the collaborators and the partners, so that we are updated on the last versions. We can also save the bundles in the private part of the hub. This is quite interesting for us. We can also share topologies between colleagues at ESN, but given the strong increase in the numbers of partners, we'll be able to share this work like a Penestra platform, for those who know this platform. So in terms of contributions, it can be VMs to more complete scenarios, things that are ready to use to illustrate specific attacks. So the VM version can look anecdotal, but it's not. We have a very interesting functionality. We have the opportunity to merge typologies. So we can, for example, deploy a typology, and we can also deploy another typology that is going to get merged with the previous one. And so if you have foundation bricks, you'll be able to implement scenarios or a system topology that are quite complex by assembling foundation bricks. So this is the kind of experience that I can share with you. Thank you so much. You're in Canada, right? You're quite busy. Are you still working for the challenge in Canada? Yes, we are preparing a challenge. It's going to start in 15 days. Good luck. And I think you should put a flag of Canada right behind you for the next meeting. See you soon. Bye.
Oui, bonjour à tous. Enfin, rebonjour à tous. Du coup, effectivement, nous, SILA...
Hi again, everyone. At SILA, we use the Cyber Range platform for practical purposes, for trainings that are published on the platform, theoretical trainings, We have the same issues. We can use it for R&D purposes. We want to create topologies. We want to merge the topologies, save them on this platform. And we are able to work with our partners, AIRBUS, other companies, other universities and schools, to continue and work on the creation of new topologies, of VMs, of context. I think we all have the same experience. When you want to create a scenario, regardless of the tool, we need to install it, download it. It can represent a few hours, 10 hours sometimes. And so if we can look on the platform and find hubs and help us save time so that we are able to focus on what's essential in our work, creating the scenario and not building the blocks, that is very interesting for us. We also share topologies on the platform, and we would like to be able to retrieve topologies in areas in which we are not experts. And we would like to start working on the attacks. And to me, what's really interesting in a hub is that we can share things that we are expert in and also benefit from the content of other people in other areas. Thank you to the partners. Thank you for their experience. I think we should now answer your questions. Do not hesitate to raise your hands. No microphone, it seems. So the interpreter cannot hear the questions because there is no microphone in the room. So it's complicated to do that in the production environment because you have a lot of systems preventing those scans, preventing us from retrieving the data. You can't take a Windows machine, run a scan, and import this. If you have a scan, it means that you want to have a specific mapping. When talking about an AIRBUS system, we're not going to scan an AIRBUS system. So if we want to scan a system, it needs to remain of a reasonable size. We can do everything, of course, but to do that, we need machines and devices. So mapping, why not? To help you build your system. But so we can't do that automatically, maybe one day, but not yet. Yes, another question? We can't hear you. I'm sorry, I don't think I've heard your last and final sentence. So that's a very good remark. We can't export licenses. We can't export only free licenses, open source licenses. The only thing that we can do is to remove the licenses before exporting it. And then when importing the bundle, we could write, for example, to use this bundle, you need the license. It's something that is possible, but we can't export a license pertaining to a school to another community. This is something that we need to check. It's logical, of course. We can't exchange everything with everyone, otherwise I think people are going to get very mad.
Vas-y.
Je note l'idée. Mais oui, oui.
Thank you for the idea. It's true that it can be very hard sometimes. Further questions? If not, well, thank you everyone. Have a nice afternoon and evening. And I hope that we'll have the opportunity to meet you on the stand. If you want to get more information on the cyber range, just them to come to see us on the stand. Thank you very much, everyone.